I get it. I'm leaving.
What?
I don't think we understand each other anymore.
Fine, then get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'll leave. Don't regret it.
What? Who?
You, of course. Well, it's none of my concern anymore.
Me too. Don't ever show your face in front of me again.
Alright then. From now on, you're on your own. My name is Greg, a 30-year-old unsuccessful novelist. I stay at home as a house husband. My wife Levi and I have been married for 2 years. I met my wife at a blind date party when she was chaperoned by a friend. She was 10 years older than me, the editor-in-chief of a woman's magazine, and had a stable income. She approached me aggressively at the party and we started dating. After a year of dating, we got married. My wife told me,
"When we get married, I want you to be a house husband."
So I became a house husband while writing a novel. Now I do cleaning and laundry every day, cook meals and write novels in between. I was living my life at my own pace. At first, we had a reasonably happy married life. However, things started to change after we moved 1 year ago. She told me,
"My parents are getting older and I think there'll be a lot more challenges for them. So I don't want to say that we should live with them, but I'd like to live closer to them."
One day my wife suddenly said something like that. Looking back, I regret it and I should have opposed her at that point. At the time, she was worried about her parents, but as a sign of concern for me, she suggested that we move nearby instead of living with them. I do like the fact that she was also thinking about me and suggested to live nearby them instead of living with them. I liked my wife, so I probably took it as a good thing. So a year ago, we moved to an apartment near my in-laws' house. She said,
"My parents are coming over this evening for a housewarming. She said she'd bring a nice bottle of wine, so please prepare a dish that goes well with it."
"Oh, really? I'll look forward to a nice wine. I think I'll cook steak then."
"Great, I'm off to work then."
"Have a good day." Later that evening, my in-laws arrived.
"Congratulations on your move. It's a nice place."
"I bought a nice bottle of wine as promised. Let's drink it together right away." I set out the wine glasses and laid the food on the table. "This beef steak is delicious. Thank you."
"Is it? I'd like it cooked a little less."
"I'm sorry, I'll be more careful in the future."
"But the wine is good."
"Isn't it? Full-bodied and tannic, just the way I like it."
"I could keep drinking it."
My parents-in-law seemed to be enjoying the meal and I was relieved. I had a nervous breakdown when my mother-in-law said she didn't like the way it was cooked, but I was happy to see her satisfied with the meal. I sat down on the sofa and relaxed. Entertaining my in-laws is mentally exhausting. You have to take care of a lot of things. It felt as if I had just finished a job. I immediately changed into my loungewear and relaxed as much as I could. As a reward for my hard work, I drank a beer and relaxed. 2 days later, however, my wife said to me again,
"My parents are coming over today."
"What?"
"What? Is something wrong with that?" "Anyway, they said they wanted to eat Japanese food today, so we'll take care of them."
Okay. I didn't expect the next one to come so soon. I spent the rest of the morning thinking about what to have for dinner, then went to the supermarket and started stocking up early. There were many things I had to buy, so it was quite a task. That night, my in-laws came over with my wife. They said, "Yes, this simmered dish is delicious.
"The grilled fish is just right."
Oh, and I love this beer."
"I like that brand of beer. It's the best."
The in-laws are enjoying their meal.
"Greg, you're such a good cook."
"Thank you. I can enjoy many things that go well with alcohol."
"Isn't that right? Greg is very good at housework and cooking. Makes me want to come back and eat again."
I'm glad to hear you say so.
"They come back tomorrow."
"What?"
"Oh my, you don't mind?" "Yes, it's totally fine."
No, that's a little... I'm the one who prepared it every time. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow I want to eat something that goes well with sake. And so my in-laws came again. Why do I have to think so much about cooking every day to entertain my in-laws? After that, my in-laws continued to visit frequently for dinner, and they became more and more demanding.
"Greg, can you get me a beer?"
"Oh yes, I'll bring it right over." "We'll come back tomorrow, Greg. Just make something simple." "I want Chinese food, so I'll have shrimp chili and spring rolls, please." What a pain in the ass. Whoever says those kinds of things has never cooked before. You're the one who always gets fed without doing anything. My in-laws come over for dinner every night. I was getting tired of it, so I decided to talk with my wife about it. I said, hey, your parents come to our house too often.
What? Oh, really? But they seem to be having fun, so it's fine.
I'm not having fun at all. I have to take care of them, and it's hard to cook for them.
What are you talking about? You're having fun too, aren't you?
Her too. I wonder how many people are like this in the world. I think they should try cooking for themselves. I wonder if my wife is grateful towards me? Does she think I'm just a convenient housekeeper? I'm starting to distrust my wife a little bit. In times like this, it's no use moping around alone. The best thing I can do is ask someone to listen. I decided to meet with a good friend of mine and ask for advice. What? You're just like a servant or a housekeeper? My wife doesn't seem to be aware of the trouble she's causing me. The in-laws were at first not so demanding, but now it's like a routine that they come to our place to eat. No, that's not right. They almost live with you. Yeah, exactly. If things continue as they are, I'm afraid they're going to ask to move in with us. We have to think of something before that happens. Oh, that's right. Why don't you do the same thing and make your wife aware of it? Huh? In other words, you should invite your own parents every day. Then your wife will be concerned about it too. Your pain will be experienced firsthand and she'll understand. That may be true, but I'm going to try and put my friend's advice into practice.
I'm going to ask my family to come over next week and have dinner with us.
No, I can't next week.
What? Why not?
Next week my parents are coming. They'll probably be here for dinner 3 or 4 nights in a row. When I said that, my wife's eyes widened. She became angry.
What? Of course you can't do that. What? Why not? My parents are fine, but not your parents. Why not? Because I'll have to be super considerate around them. And they're coming by every day? That's impossible.
I've had to go through that impossible situation many times over the past year.
Of course, you're a house husband.
What?
Anyway, don't ever invite your parents over. And if you don't like it, get out.
I was terribly disappointed in my wife. I never imagined she had such a way of thinking.
She talked as if a house husband had no human rights.
I lost all affection for my wife at once. I said, all right, I'm leaving.
What?
I don't think I can understand you anymore.
What? What are you gonna do if you leave? You're an unsuccessful novelist and house husband. How can you possibly make a decent living?
You don't have to worry about me. I'm doing just fine.
Oh, well then, get the hell out of my house.
Yeah, of course I'll leave, but you'll regret it.
What? Who?
You. Well, it's not like I really care at this point anymore.
I won't regret it. Don't ever show your face in front of me again.
Alright then, you're on your own from now on. With that, I packed my bags and left and went back to my parents' house. I mailed the divorce papers later and they were immediately returned with my wife's portion filled out. I immediately submitted it to the government office. Thus, my wife and I were safely divorced. It was an easy divorce after 2 years of marriage, but I have no regrets. If I hadn't done so, I would have gone mentally insane. I was moved by the fact that I was able to have a meal at my parents' house for the first time in a long time without having to cook anything myself. After that, I restarted writing novels in earnest. I decided to stay at home until my work got going and I had saved up some money. A few months later, my ex-wife suddenly came to my parents' house. What the hell do you want? I said coldly as she got on her knees in front of the door.
I'm so sorry.
Since she was bringing so much attention from the others, I decided to let her in the house for now. What the hell are you doing coming here out of the blue? I mean, didn't you say something about never showing your face in front of me again?
After you left, my parents still came to the house. I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to have them come over, and they asked me to prepare meals for them. Anyway, I figured a casserole would be easy enough, so I did a casserole. Where did the eggs come from? And he complained about the eggs and tofu. They also complained about the wrong brand of beer. I didn't know that my mom and dad like different kinds of beer. They've said that without Greg, you're really nothing. I'm emotionally shattered. And I pay for all the food, so I can't save any money at all. And if I pay rent, it's a minus.
Ex-wife's complaining in a rambling manner. I've talked to you about this a lot. But you didn't see it as important and treated your family with generosity. This is the result. You've created a mass of unbelievable greed.
Please help me. It's my fault. I don't even want to cook anymore. I'm sick of seeing my parents' faces every day.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't put your trust in me just because you're in trouble and ignore my feelings. After all, you're a child, just like your parents. You should get along with each other just fine. Now get out of here. If you stay any longer, I'll call the police. My ex-wife nodded and stomped off. Well, I guess now she understands how hard I've been working. But it's too late now. She'll have to deal with those monsters on her own. Sometime later, I received another call from my ex-wife asking for my help.
Apparently, my ex-in-laws had gotten so used to having me cook for them that they stopped doing the housework themselves. So their house became a dump. And since they couldn't live there, they decided to go to their daughter's house. So they moved in on their own. So now my ex-wife has a very hard life, cleaning her parents' dirty room every day, cooking every day, and working every day. I don't feel sorry for her because she deserved it. I, on the other hand, started living alone because my work was getting back on track and I had saved up a lot of money. Since no one comes to my house without my permission and asks for food, I'm able to live very comfortably and peacefully. I'm thinking of getting a cat and enjoying my single life to the fullest. Wow, her parents are so demanding and annoying. And it's got worse as it went on, isn't it? I know it's not cool, but they're totally monster parents. I'm glad he was able to get away from such in-laws. His ex-wife should be responsible for taking care of them. I hope he'll meet a decent person next time.